I am an international student from South Korea attending a private boarding school in Hawaii. Many words in that sentence would describe me as a privileged individual, and yes, so far, I am living a privileged life. But I wanted a reality check. I wanted to experience things, to appreciate things I had in my life. So I got a job last summer. I was a line cook at the Redwater Cafe down the street from HPA. That is not the only reason why I got a job, though, or became a line cook, because I'm genuinely passionate about culinary arts and acts. So I started making money, and then soon enough, minimum wage started to boggle my mind. So I typed in wage in the search bar of Google to teach myself about minimum wage before I make any decisions. And it suggested wage gap. Then my brain wondered, is gender wage gap really critical? Are we really discriminating based on gender? Because as far as I have experienced in my workplace, both genders were valued. They both work very hard. And for me, female workers produce better results than male workers. I remember a prep cook. Her name was Whitney. She worked so fast. She worked so well. Her burger patties resembled close to a perfect circle. She cut onions to machine-like accuracy. My skills were subpar compared to Whitney's. Then I wondered if this phenomenon is impacting many women in the United States, it would impact the significant female individuals in my life too. I wanted to know if there was such pattern in our community. I wanted to know what was happening at HPA. However, I soon realized as I began this project that my knowledge for gender wage gap was way too shallow for real-life application. So, I scratched the idea. I began to teach myself about the gender wage gap. On the National Equal Pay Day in 2016, President Obama stated, quote, "Today, the typical woman makes 79 cents for every dollar a typical man makes," end quote. So the essential question is, do women really make 79 cents for every dollar men make? I wondered, all women? Wouldn't that mean discrimination? Do they just get paid less? Traditionally speaking, people associate housework as a mother's responsibility. And these tasks are often underappreciated and they are not monetized. So then, when do moms have their own time for monetized labor? In 2014, males are working about 4% more hours than females. The general trend is that female work fewer hours than men. Are they lazy? No. They just are more likely to go take care of kids, pick them up from daycare, and provide parental care. I have done a simple calculation on the average minimum wage of the United States with the data provided by the Bureau of Labor Statistics. I calculated a week's wage and compared the wages, and it looks like this. Do not get me wrong. I am not saying discrimination is not within the factor of the gender wage gap. However, based on the simple calculation, women make 96 cents for every dollar men make. So then, where are the 17 cents? To explain the difference, things get very complicated. Now arises concerns of difference in the occupation of the individuals and the distribution of gender in certain occupations. Let us look at some of the data provided by the Bureau of Labor Statistics. What are some of the big occupations out there? I believe that they are law, medicine, and education. First of all, law. We're looking at lawyer and paralegals. These are the average income of them and the proportion of women in each field. Next, medicine. We're looking at physician, physician assistant, and nurse practitioner. And third, and most importantly, education. This is a bunch of numbers. So what? Well, since we looked at the general trend of distribution of gender we can see that there are proportionally more males in the higher paying occupation than females. And those higher paying jobs require longer duration of individuals' academic career. This is not saying that women are not smart enough or qualified for such jobs. They may have different intentions in life and priorities. And for men, or at least I think, they seem to care a lot about their egos before anything, which could be responsible for such distribution. So these data contributes to the difference in the gender wages. So now that we have very rough ideas on the gender wage gap, what can we do to fix such thing? Many scholars and researchers in this field suggest flexible work hours for mothers where they can adjust their work hours with the commitments of their children and house chores. However, I believe that most effective way of narrowing the gap is to make motherly duties to parental duties and make flexible work hours for both genders. Fathers can wear aprons as easily as mothers. They can sing lullabies as well as mothers, and maybe vacuuming, we can always ask our robots. I know for me, as a future employer, husband, and a parent, I aspire to share all my duties of work, housekeeping, and childcare. And one day, I hope my children can say, Grandpa's food is super good. Thank you.